And we're live. Happy Sunday, day 140. Who would have thought it? Wow, I'm going to have to make landmarks of celebrating what days we're getting to. Anyway, I wanted to start, for next year, I have a few things happening and I want to have a little more of a pattern, kind of like so I know what's happening every day. Even though I changed my mind about what I want to talk about, there's still a bit more structure to it. And next year I'm actually launching a podcast as well, which is really exciting. I can't wait to do that. And that's going to have a structure to it as well. So I kind of want to get into a habit of having a bit more of a structure with these things. So I thought Sundays would be Q&A Sunday. Because I've been asked a few questions recently and thought, well, I'll answer them. Not all tonight, because tonight I'm just starting Q&A Sunday. So I'd love it if you do have any questions. No topic, should I say that? No topic is out of bounds. Not many topics would be out of bounds. There might be a couple where I go, I don't know if I want to talk about that. But at the moment, no topic is out of bounds. So I've had people DMing me questions. Have had people who had comments and questions and contact me in other ways if they actually know me personally. And that's been really cool because I was doing this to get over my, oh my God, I got to be perfect crap. And also doing it so hopefully I can help someone at some point or lots of people at lots of points with any of the vast knowledge that I've learned and the stuff I've gone through and what I still continue to work on every single day. Which brings me to today's question. So today's question, and actually, if you could let me know, if you do watch this or when you watch this, what your kind of preferred format with this would be, is do you want me to say who's asking the question, why they want to know the answer, or I just ask the question and come out with it. So yeah, because I'd like to do what you guys want. So today's question, I was actually asked what I'm reading at the moment, because as you know, and as you can probably see from my bookcase that you've looked at on lots of lives, I'm an avid reader. So I was asked what I'm reading at the moment. Now, what I do is I read nonfiction in like real books and I read fiction in Kindle. And a lot of the time, most of the time really, I have both of those going. I tend to fall asleep really easily at night. So that's when I get out my trusty friend, and that sounded a little different to what I meant. That's when I get out my Kindle and read fiction. So at the moment, I'm reading a book called, Elevator Pitch. The gripping new crime thriller from #1 crime writer, Linwood Barclay. So it's a hell of a suspense novel. Stephen King said that. There you go. So that's, I'm in through a phase of not reading crime fiction because I found when I first had Elodie, I found reading a lot of crime fiction actually got me really miserable. I was like, oh my God, there's so much bad in the world. Forgetting that it was fiction. What I should have been not doing is actually watching the news, because that is truly depressing. So I am really mindful of what I watch on the news, watch or read, consume on the news. So bit of fiction, crime fiction for me at the moment. And then with my non-fiction, I either read books I get given, or I keep picking up Everything is Figure-Outable, as I discussed the other night, the Marie Forleo book. Because I was already started reading something else, and I don't like having I get confuddled if I've got two non-fictions going at the same time. But I try and pick a book based on a topic I really want to learn more about, or something I need help with, or something that I find really interesting. So you'd see on my bookcase, there's books about psychology, there's books about quantum physics, there's books about law, there's books about real estate, there's entrepreneurial stuff, there's a little bit of woo-woo, but not a lot of woo-woo, a lot of biographies, and yeah, a lot of things a lot of stuff about music, a lot of stuff about, there's just a lot of stuff, travel, everything. So at the moment, I want to learn more about sales. I think it's one of my weaker areas in my business, because I just am a bit hesitant in some ways in it. And I think from years of seeing and learning and watching really high pressure tactics and selly sales, I kind of lost my way a little bit in sales, thinking, well, I can't be like that, so therefore I'm going to be completely quiet and not sell or talk about what I do, because if people want to work with me, they'll just want to work with me. Which is just insane. People don't know they want to work with you unless you actually tell them what you do. Jeffrey. So I'm really wanting to work on my sales skills. And I'm getting better. I'm definitely getting better. So I picked up this book when I was in the state called Selling Boldly, okay? So I'll read you a little bit about it. You already know what to do. And I'm not going to teach you much in this book that you don't already know. Like, you'd read that and think, well, why am I getting it then? But that actually drew me into it, I've got to say. You're a professional salesperson. You do this for a living. You know, for example, that testimonials and referrals are among the best ways we have to grow sales, right? I never ask for them all. But do you ask for them enough? Most people don't. You know that calling a customer on the phone is more effective than emailing her, but you still often revert to email or text. Guilty. You know your customers buy other products and services that you can help them with, but you don't ask them about these products. You'd like to help them, but they would like more of your help. That is why they've been with you for 5 or 10 or 20 years, but nevertheless, we don't ask them. There is a difference between knowing what to do and actually doing it. I know you know. With Selling Boldly, we start to do what we already know, and blah, blah, keep going. So I'm into page 24. I only actually started it yesterday. But I'm looking forward to that. So what I actually thought I'd do so we'll do the Q&A on a Sunday, and then what I'm going to start doing, years ago I used to do it on my blog, should have kept those blogs, is actually a book review, because people find these interesting, and not just going on Amazon and reading a quick review, but getting a bit more of a detailed nut out of what the book was about, what I learned from it, that kind of thing. And that will be something that's also in my podcast. So that's exciting. So welcome to the first Q&A Sunday. I'll have a great night. Please send me questions. And if I can I'll probably keep these ones about 15 minutes long, I think. So if I can get a couple of questions in there, that would be awesome. So send them through. And if you're in Sydney, and if you get a chance, totally digress, go and see Fangirls. Elodie and I saw it tonight at Belvoir Street. Phenomenal. Written, starring this young woman who, I just can't tell you how talented she is. Like, just how talented she is. Like, oh my golly gosh. Look it up, Fangirls, read about it, and if you can get a chance, go see it. Awesome. Happy Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow night.